Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl All Things Shannon. I hope you're having a wonderful day when you're watching this video. But today I'm here to share with you how I make my meatball sub. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and leave a comment. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. It will let you know each time I post a video. And you can also follow me on Instagram at All Things Shannon. Alright, let's get started. These are the ingredients you will need: Parmesan cheese, ragu, seasonal, cayenne pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, basil, oregano, parsley, olive oil, Italian seasoning, minced garlic, eggs, green bell pepper, yellow onion, sub buns, ground chicken, and ground beef. Let's get started. The first thing that I'm doing is I'm chopping up the onions and the bell peppers for the meatballs and the sauce. In a bowl, I added the ground chicken and the ground beef. You want to mix it together. Now I'm adding half of the green bell peppers and onions. Now I'm adding minced garlic. Now I'm adding the spices: seasonal, cayenne pepper, basil, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, Italian seasoning, and you want to season according to your taste. Mix together. And if you need to add more spices, you can, because you can tell by how the meat look if you have to add more or not. Now I'm adding in parsley. Now I'm adding in 2 eggs. The eggs is going to bind everything together. And I like to take the little white part out of my eggs. It's called the umbilical cord. And if you guys do that, leave it down in the comment section if you do that as well. Now I'm adding Italian breadcrumbs. This is going to bind the meatballs and also adds moisture. I'm finished mixing the meatballs. Now it's time to start rolling up some balls. You don't want them too big or too small. Just roll them up medium size, because once we put them in the oven, they will shrink. If you have any leftover meatballs, you can also cook spaghetti and just have like a tossed salad on the side, and that can be for the next day. You can have meatballs and spaghetti. The meatballs are all done, ready for the oven. Now I'm getting ready to add just a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan because you don't want your meatballs to stick. I'm going to pop these into the oven at 350 degrees until the meatballs are cooked. While the meatballs are in the oven, let's get started on the sauce. In a pan, I added extra virgin olive oil. I added the onions and bell peppers. Now I'm adding 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. Mix together until the vegetables get tender. The vegetables are all tender. Now I'm adding a couple tablespoons of flour. The flour is going to thicken the sauce. Mix together. Now I'm adding the sauce. I'm using the Ragu chunky tomato, garlic, and onion, my fave. Mix together. I like to add water to the jar to get the remaining sauce out. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys do that. Put water in the jar and just, try to get the remaining sauce out. This is optional. I like to season my sauce, and I'm using the same sauce that I use to season my meatballs. Before I add the meatballs to the sauce, I like to add sugar. The sugar cuts the acid and it also balances the sauce. Let this simmer on low heat for 20 minutes before adding the meatballs. This is how the meatballs are looking. This is the purpose of putting them into the oven so all that grease and fat can come off. I'm going to pop these back into the oven for 5 more minutes. I just took the meatballs from out of the oven. Now what you want to do is take a paper towel or an old clean dish towel. This is going to get the excess fat and grease off of your meatballs. The meatballs are ready to go into the sauce. They're not greasy and the fat is off. This is how the sauce is looking so far. Now I'm adding in the meatballs. Mix them into the sauce, making sure all the meatballs are covered. This is how the meatballs and sauce are looking. They're not greasy. Do you guys see any grease anywhere? No. It's all in how you prepare your meals. I'm gonna let these simmer for 10 minutes on low heat and then I'll be ready to serve. The bread that I'm using is this European Baker's White Sub Rolls. I picked this up from my local grocery store. I like to use this when I'm making my turkey sandwiches or if I'm making a po' boy sandwich. Now that's going to be on another video. What you want to do is cut your bread in half, but don't separate it. You want to keep it somewhat together to hold the meatballs. I hope that makes sense. In my pan, I added just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. You can also add butter if you like, but today I just prefer to use the olive oil. Now I'm laying down my bread flat, and you want to toast it on each side. This is how my meatball sub turned out. I added Parmesan cheese. I didn't melt it too much. And I also added a little bit of parsley flakes to make it pretty. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. It will let you know each time I post a video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at All Things Shannon. Until next time, bye guys.